Trustee Hess,
Present.
trustee Hummel,
Present.
trustee Radke,
Here.
trustee Zerflu.
Here.
All right. And we will stand for the pledge of allegiance at the moment of silence afterwards. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, so we'll go to number 4, motion to approve the consent agenda. The meeting minutes of September 10th, 2025 board meeting, and I forgot for the committee of the whole meeting minutes for Monday, monthly bills and previous month's journal entries, unless anybody wants anything removed.
I'll make, second.
Motion by Hummel, second by Radke. Any discussion on any of those items? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That one carries. Public comment. I see nobody here. Nobody online. Apparently no public comment. President's report. As you know, trustee Saylor resigned last month, so we are going to fill that position. And his position, this position is until April. I am nominating, and I sent you guys the email of Rob O'Connor, who he kind of just emailed, wanted me to email you all the just explanation of who he is and his background. So I nominate Rob O'Connor to fill the position trustee. And do we need a first and a second on that one? Trustee Zerflu?
Pardon?
For nomination, we need a first and a second to accept the nomination, correct?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So I nominate Rob O'Connor. So I need a first in a second, or motion in a second. Motion by Zerflu,
I'll second.
second by Fluger. Sorry. Any questions on that?
I guess,
Yes.
you know, in the past, I think that we should, and it's only my own personal thing, is we should leave it vacant. Especially with budgeting and having somebody new, I understand by filling the position. I know that the election is in next April again for that spot. I just think that it's a lot for somebody to walk in on and get new information, so just my opinion, and I've expressed that in the past, and
Mhm.
that's all I have.
Thank you. Anything else? He would just fill the spots that trustee Saylor left, so he would just plug right into those committees then.
No chair, though. That would.
No chair, that one went to trustee Zerflu, correct? Yep.
And he would not be sworn in until November.
He could get sworn in tomorrow with Diane, just so that we can get him up to speed, stuff. Yep. Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Nay.
Gosh, now I have to do the math. Okay, that one still carries. Thank you. And for commission and committee updates, because Rob O'Connor was on the plan commission and the zoning board, obviously we need to fill those 2 spots for him. And then Lisa Miller did move out of the village, so she had to relinquish her seat as well. I've reached out to a couple of different people. I haven't heard back from a couple of people, but Sue Mitchell is going to be on the plan commission to fill one of those spots. And then I'll still work on trying to get somebody else. The nice thing about the zoning board of appeals is there's 2 alternates on that, so we can utilize them in the meantime. So we're not gonna necessarily.
Sue didn't accept.
She did.
Would
See?
the alternates on the zoning board be interested in becoming full members?
No, I asked already.
What's the term on these? Is this
Those are-
indefinite?
5 years, rotating 5 years. Yeah,
Okay, so each board is different. Some are 5, some are 4, some are 3.
Every person in that committee is different.
yeah.
But the term is 5.
The term is 5, but everybody like drops off on a different year.
Okay,
I could send you those tomorrow if you want to see.
Yeah.
okay. So the term to be filled now would be how many years? That would be a bet.
It changes. We gotta see what the.
I'm just saying, if you know offhand who left and
Yeah,
who would
I don't
be.
know. That would have been a great thing for me to print out, and I didn't.
And that's fine. That can be sent out, but
Yeah.
that would be, it's good to at least tell people like, yeah,
Yep.
you're filling out the last 3 years of a 5-year
Yep.
term.
Yeah, so it will more to come on that, but then Sue Mitchell is gonna be on the plan commission.
Sue Mitchell, you said?
And she was on
Well,
for
Joe.
those, I need his number. I texted you. I needed his number.
That's my fault. There.
Woo-hoo, write it down. Sue Mitchell was on the board previously, so she does have experience on that type of stuff, just so in case anybody didn't know.
And she's going on the planning commission.
Plan commission, yep,
Okay. Thank you.
yep. And then I will bring back, next month to fill the rest of the positions if I need to. Or the ones I do need to, I'm sorry. Only other thing in president's report that I don't have listed is about this, wake boat. I know we've had the conversation at committee level about passing a wake boat ordinance. I think because we have to have, I know, trustee Hummel and trustee Hess went to Saratoga to speak was it a couple weeks ago? Because we do have to have, because Nepco Lake has got 3 different municipalities, we need one other municipality, or at least 2 municipalities to pass similar ordinance. So I think because Rome has had a public meeting for residents to come and voice their opinion, I think I would like to do that as well as invite the other 2 municipalities. That way they can hear the same information, all of our board members can hear the same information, that way we're not just kind of chasing our tails. In all these 3 different municipalities. Does that sound agreeable to everybody, just to have one big meeting, including those other municipalities, and then again, for public to come in? My plan would be to have a speaker from, one from each side, a speaker or, public, or, expert, matter expert, for each side.
Matter expert.
Yeah, thank you. Words were not coming for me on that one. So I will, I'll kind of talk with Ben, and we'll maybe talk with the other municipalities to see when we can set that up and get people on board with that. Going into commission and committee reports. We'll do the airport commission. Trustee Zerflu.
The meeting on September 4th was a special meeting of ours. That was our regular meeting. And the only hot button topic was basically, discussing private hangar occupancy policy, and it basically ended up being where some groups like our EAA Chapter 706 guys put on a lot of nice events during the year, hamburger fly-in, breakfast, pancake breakfast, stuff like that. We approved, this was now flash ahead to October 2nd. We approved that meaning that policy is the aircraft in there come first. And you have to get commission approval before you can have these special events. Now, it doesn't sound like anything major, but some of the groups that in the past just scheduled it and had it, really a myth over it. I had 3 calls on it, 2 guys from the EAA and 1 other one, and I never returned any of them because I don't do that on a hot button topic that, and they spoke up at the meeting, so. But we stuck to our guns because of liability, and the Wisconsin Bureau of Aeronautics, we follow pretty much their guidelines on it. Plus, our new attorney, who I don't get along with, Nick Apps, I think you've heard that name before. He hit the button on the head with his opinion of everything, so. All they have to do now, the big one, especially the EDA's 706, can make appeal, or not appeal, but they have to ask the commission they need the commission's approval, basically.
Sure.
Otherwise, our budget was, we approved our budget, and go ahead, and now we have one more thing, I think. Diane, you didn't hear anything on the village share, did you? No, ours is going up minimally like $400 or something, if my memory serves. Otherwise, same old, and It's my one political meeting that I really enjoy. No offense, Eric. I do take offense.
Any questions for the airport commission? No, thank you. Police and Fire Commission, they had a meeting on Tuesday, October 7th. The meeting minutes are doubly in your packet, so make sure that you read them, and if you have any questions, I'm sure Scott Stewart would be happy to answer any of those. Plan Commission, we didn't have one, that was last month, right? And so we'll go to Public Works Committee, trustee Zerflu. Public Works
Oh.
Committee, trustee Zerflu.
I'm going to, this one time, because, Eric set the agenda and I just chaired the meeting and I really wasn't in on the issues, not having, whoever the committee. But I would ask Ben, if I'm not putting you on the spot, to go through that. If you could for me, please.
Sure. So we had a meeting on September 17th. Chairman's comments were just thanking Eric Saylor for his years of service and wishing Joel Zerflu as the new chairman of that committee moving forward. One of the big conversations, obviously, in the last couple of months has been the Harder's waste management, trash and recycling contracts. So everything has been approved for that. We're gonna be meeting, the staff's gonna be meeting with Harder's end of October to get all the fine details straightened out. So come December, we can make sure that the bins are properly dropped off and the changeover is working as smoothly as possible. So more update to come on that. Summer projects are winding down. Ripple Creek culvert lining was finished up. We're Wood County on that project. Everything went good. The only project left for Public Works is some manhole rehabbing. That's gonna happen here later this month. Otherwise, sanitary sewer cleaning has started. Hydrant flushing was yesterday and today, and a little bit on Monday. That was all finished up, no issues there. We're in the process of leaf season, so guys are out there doing that. Basically, 2 guys are doing that almost every day during the week, whatever, depending on the weather. As long as it's good, they're all picking up leaves on that, and the other guys are getting the trucks ready for winter and picking up the parks. So we decided that the next meeting will be Wednesday, October 15th at 4 p.m.
Any questions for Public Works?
Question related to garbage pickup, same schedule, same days.
That was the talk during the contract time. Again, we'll be finalizing that when they come in. I want to make sure that's all what they'll be. That's the talk right now, being Wednesdays, same as always. We'll be getting that finalized in a calendar, put in the tax. Kim and Diana just do a good job doing our tax bill, sending a calendar out of the schedules for recycling and trash pickup. But as of now, that is the plan on Wednesday still.
Okay, bulk pickup as well, hoping to stay on the same schedule.
Yep, that's our goal. But like I said, we have an in-person meeting later this month.
Sounds good, thank you.
Go ahead.
You will be at our meeting in November, Madam President,
I should be, yeah.
because I'm just looking ahead. Since where you have the open seat, I'm presuming the new guy, he accepts will be going that route.
Yep. Yep.
And I think that we're gonna be talking about our budget too, the Public Works part of the budget, get that all wrapped up and, you know, present for all that stuff. It'd be kinda put him in a little hot seat to.
Yeah, I plan on being there, but it's something
Thanks,
comes up
Ben.
just in case. All right, Public Works, it's done. Parks and Recreation Committee.
Sure, as if you recall, Parks and Rec and Cemetery Group did not meet, last month. We did get a correspondence, from, it's not important to give the name of the person, is it?
I don't think so.
I don't believe so.
Anyway, there was a correspondence requesting thoughtful information about the future of the cemetery, and knowing that more people were using cremation approaches and so forth, and is the village capable of managing that and so forth. So I happened to be getting educated by Ben Martinson on Monday. We made a call to that person. Ben did a great job of explaining to him what we already have, which is very satisfactory in terms of opportunities for space for people who want to leave their loved ones cremated in the cemetery and so forth. Solve the question the person had. Everything was done there, so I really appreciate how you handled that, Ben. Our next meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, October 28th at 4:30, immediately following the FHR meeting.
Anything for parks? Good. And we'll go to Public Safety Committee.
Okay, we did meet on September 24th at 4:30, pretty standard meeting. We had some conversation about fire department. They gave an update. Let's see, from Police and Fire Commission, obviously we got the minutes on that one as well. They're moving one applicant forward to interview and one applicant to medical, I believe is what the update was. General updates, Chief of Police went over their monthly report. Their call volume is substantially higher than they were at last year. Don't have a number offhand, but somewhere in the mid 225 to 230-ish, might even be higher than that.
I think it's.
A substantial portion of those are EMS calls. So the EMS only membership is going well. Their current membership is 21 with a maximum of 30. But all the members they have right now are active and are responding, and they're very happy with that. The bike rodeo and the broad part were successes. With that, they were able to pay for the entirety of the band's trip to Hawaii. They match whatever profits were made at that out of association funds. Week or two ago, they went to Edgewater Haven. So they've got some new members. They wanted to make sure they were familiar enough with the facility in case there was a fire call, EMS call, something of that nature. Community CPR class was a success. I don't know if you knew exactly how many members or how many members of the general public they had, but it was mid-dozens.
Yeah, I can't remember offhand.
Yeah, 12, 14, 16, somewhere around there. Intended to be the first of multiple, from what I understand. It went that well. Police Department, Chief Evan went over his monthly report. He is in the process of talking about replacing one of his squads. There's a 2018 squad. It's still working perfectly fine, but he's looking to turn that one over. Either with next year's budget or with 27's budget, or maybe with both. That was the conversation. They also switched weapons platforms. They went from 40 cal, I want to say, to 9mm. The ammunition is substantially cheaper.
Your looks are funny.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get involved with the law enforcement here. And our new officer Check is a Glock armorer, so he is able to do some of the training and the armament, the whole shoot match there, so. That was their big thing. They're also moving light bar from inside the truck to outside of the truck for visibility and safety's sake. Other than that, nothing else really. We will be talking about budget next month. And next meeting will be on October 22nd, Wednesday at 4:30 PM.
All right, any questions for public safety? No. I'm hearing none. We'll move on to planning, legislative and property.
We met on September 17th at 5 PM. We had some public comments on the wakeboard, enhanced wake ordinance. That continues to be a hot topic. So it'll be good to get a community meeting together for that. We did have an update on DMI. MRD is the demolition crew that's doing the Rapids Mill has been in contact with DMI. They actually submitted a couple quotes for demolition of the mill site and the admin building. They were actually fairly reasonable from a perspective of demolition. So there hopefully is gonna be some movement on that, but all we can do is wait for now. The one was submitted to the county. I don't know if there's gonna be any action on that, but at least they have an estimated cost to be able to take down the admin building. The update on the 160 Market Ave, They are still in process. Ben, do you have any other updates?
Chairman has,
Yes,
we're getting too far ahead of that. That'll probably be brought up at the operations committee this next Tuesday
okay,
at 10 o'clock.
thank you. I appreciate that. Do you have any further update on the 160 Market Ave?
The outside work has been completed by outside contractor. A permit has been sent over to the roofing company to hopefully be pulling a permit to fix the roof, so.
Okay, so progress, thank you, Ben. I'm looking to have a motion for approving, in your packet is a chapter 2 of the village ordinances. I will make a motion to approve them as documented in your packet.
I'll second it.
Motion by Hess, second by Hummel, discussion.
The changes are in pink, which include a grammatical change on 2.041. And 6C, that's the archiving of the public records, the videos.
Any questions, comments, concerns for that? Hearing none. Do you have anything else? Trustee House, sorry,
No,
before I go.
no, not on.
On this one, okay. All in favor for approving the updates to village ordinance number 2 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That one carries.
Okay, we are starting the review of chapter 3. Those, we're just gonna keep going through those. We are finding some issues with them. The old business that was discussed, the letter was sent to Sun Point residents. They're gonna Ben was gonna try to facilitate a meeting with the homeowners association and residents. Any follow-up on that, Ben?
I did have a conversation with the developer this morning. He's gonna get hold of one of the residents on the Sunset Point condominium that did have some strong thoughts on maybe he was gonna organize something, so I guess that's where that is, but I did have a conversation with them and seeing if they can try to put that together.
Okay,
Who was that for?
the failing asphalt on Sunset Point that's
Oh.
falling into the river, and we will stop services out beyond a certain point to there. New business, we did have a discussion from Ben Jennings and Leslie Arndt on the John Edwards statue. So we're looking at, actually, it's on county property, so it's been turned over. They did want to come and talk to the village and present their thoughts and processes, where they're going forward with about the John Edwards statue. Next meeting will be October 22nd at 5 PM.
Any questions for trustee Hess? Hearing none, we will move on to FHR.
Okay, FHR, we met on October 2nd. Not a lot was going on. We did approve the monthly bills, etc. Mr. Martinson gave us an update with the Wood County regarding the new server. They're still working on it. Hopefully it'll be done soon. We are with the town web, which will begin their website hopefully in January. And he did mention, we did have the, first workshop or committee of the whole with the budget. And if anybody has questions prior to any of these workshops or anything with the budget, Ben and Diane are always around to answer any questions. Or even if you see, with the expenditures or anything like that, if you have questions before the meeting, or please give them a call. I do, and I think other trustees do, so they're always open and transparent with the budget. So other than that, it was a short meeting. I guess our big thing is the budget. We are going to have a closed session, October 28th at 4 o'clock, discuss employees, wages and benefits. Hopefully we'll have more numbers in with health insurance then. We'll keep our fingers crossed that we do. And then we'll have a regular monthly meeting at November 6th at 4 o'clock. And that one, I will probably be talking to the village president. I won't be able to attend that one unless I do it by remote.
Okay.
Other than that, does anyone have any questions?
With that, just, if you can't make it, I can be there. We just might have to push it back to 4:30 because I don't get done with class until 4 o'clock. So
On the
just have-
6th.
on the 6th, yep, we just have to
Better
push it back.
What's that?
moving on the sixth, if, well, Lon won't be moving back to 4:30.
Okay, so we're not gonna do the October 20th?
No,
We are.
got a special one. We're
And then
still-
we're
yeah,
doing,
the
that's a
regular.
special one for wages benefit. The other one is the regular one for the 6th. I'll be out of town. I might be able to remote in, but if I'm
Okay.
not,
Yeah, that works.
Give me some
Okay.
time to get from all the way.
What time?
Yeah, no,
4:30.
4:30 is fine with me.
that's okay. And even if I'm able to remote in, I'll still do it at 4:30. Okay.
Thank you. I'd be cutting her close. All right, so if no questions for FHR, we will move into any unfinished business from previous meetings. I don't have anything. Any new business? New? Report from village administrator.
Too many things. So just a reminder that the trunk or treat is gonna be Sunday, October 26th, and we've been getting some residents calling in that are gonna participate. Again, when it comes to the village, we just do flyers, no money, no expenses in the village. We block the circle off downtown here and put a flyer together. So, no expenses to the village on that event.
If you're not able to attend, will you take candy donations if we drop those off at the village building?
I can definitely, the PD normally does have something set up, so we could definitely pass it on. to
Or
the
I'm
PD.
there too, and I can just put a sign donated by.
You don't even need to do that. I'm just saying that if anyone else is there
Oh,
and
I see.
wants a little extra sugar
Yeah.
to the youngins, I'm willing to donate that.
Okay, yeah, we'll definitely could take it, make sure it gets passed or passed out. No
Yeah,
problem.
I think the fire department's coming down too. So we'll,
Do you have enough trunks to, or do you need any more trunks?
Yeah, as many as we get, it sounds like we've got at least 10 so far from, every year.
have two more.
So, yeah, see, but
I know I'm gonna get to ask that question at home, so I'll let you know if,
yeah, sounds good. Other than that, we're in the budget process, a good meeting the other night. I did have a few calls from trustees, so it's good to hear. Like I said, Lon did do a point to get hold of Diana and we'll definitely get you the information and that we can do. Other than that, the Diane and the fire chief have worked on the fire contracts that I did send out to you guys in email. So I'll be looking for a motion for approval so that Diane can get those sent out to our local towns. The big change, a little bit of change with the first responders, there was an increase from last year to this year. That was due just to the calls. The fire chief and his committee got together and looked at how many calls they're going to the area and cost and raise it up a little bit, which he did tell me, he did talk to the communities about that and they know that is coming. So I don't think there's no surprise to any of the numbers and everybody seemed good about it. So just looking for approval to get those sent out.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Radke, second by Hess. Any other discussion, questions on that?
I do have a question and it's just my own confusion, I think. So the, contracts we're proposing seem to be, less of an increase than what the, Wisconsin Rapids Fire Department is proposing, and I'm wondering how that's working so that one organization in that group feels they need to double what they're charging and we are just doing a minimal change.
So from the conversation that we had with Mayor Zacher and Chief Goudreau, it was more or less because they have to hire extra personnel to be able to fill the needs of all the ambulance, where we, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Ben, I guess, where we're not necessarily hiring extra people, it's just the amount of calls that we're going out is,
Yeah, our staff is staying status quo. Actually, I think our fire chief actually made a deduction in first responder wage calls. So, on that side, and obviously they pay that they're paying the ambulance contract separately
different.
to the surrounding areas.
Okay, that's helpful. And so is the board going to act on what?
not,
So he'll be attending. I had asked him to attend our next committee of the whole budget, I think November 5th. I keep saying the wrong date. The Rapids mayor will be here and the Rapids
Fire chief.
fire chief will be here and present to you guys that packet and some more information. You can ask questions at that time if where the surrounding communities are, if it's Saratoga and Nakusa, where everybody's at on board with this. So they'll both be here that night. They'll have them first on the agenda so we can ask questions. There's basically the meeting we had with them, we don't need to make any movement on this until closer to the first of the year, if at all. You know, it's our decision. So we need to keep learning, getting information before we even make
Excellent.
any kind of decision.
What
moving
is
forward.
that you're referring to?
That was in for Mondays, that was in
Monday.
Monday nights,
Gotcha.
committee of the whole ambulance, EMS contracts updates.
Okay.
You took the packet, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's not the budget, it's the other packet.
Yep. Different from the fire.
Yes,
Okay.
different than that. Go ahead, trustee
Thank you,
Zerlo.
Madam President. When is that meeting gonna be?
The committee of the whole budget meeting, we're gonna have that the same night as the budget meeting. So,
It was gonna be before a board meeting or someone's gonna ask the president to have this a special meeting before that, so we weren't here forever.
no, we're gonna have it right at the budget meeting and he's gonna
It
come right
makes
for it.
sense.
Yeah, what date?
November fifth is the
November
budget meeting, is that right? I keep messing it up. So. Fifth and sixth are all coming together here, but yeah, November fifth at 6 o'clock. And Diane will go over the meetings.
Who does Rapids Fire Department serve? Or,
I can get you all the information. Did I give you the packet?
the one from Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cause
It's all on there.
it's Nakusa, Saratoga, Beard, I mean, they do a lot of ambulances in there, but I can
They
definitely
go
have
all
the
the
date.
way down to the north limits of the town of Rome.
And that number that they proposed is static regardless of how many other municipalities sign on or don't sign on.
No,
There's
That
flexibility
if
in that.
everybody,
yes.
Yep.
So if there are ones that opt out to go with a different provider, that number could increase.
it could, but
Preliminary
That's
numbers
for-
and kind of what he wanted, they're out going to other communities to see what everybody's
yeah,
thoughts
But-
are and
obviously that's coming up, but we have to finish the motion of the fire contracts.
This is
We
this
have
is
to circle back to what we have to do.
for which municipalities?
this is for
Township,
Town of Seneca, Cranmore and Town of Port Edwards.
Okay.
Yep.
Which I
Okay.
sent you guys the other day.
so any questions on the fire contracts? No, okay. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I abstain, sorry. Okay. Anything else, Ben?
That's all I have. Thank you.
All right. Diane, do you got anything?
No.
All right. Trustee comments? Anybody have anything?
I have one comment. On Tuesday, there are a group of people that have a little bike club in Wisconsin Rapids, and we used the bike trail here. First time they had ever used it, first time I had ever used it, I was extremely proud, kind of puffed out my chest a little bit about that, and they found it really nice. It was a great day, and it was just a really good trail, and bike trail and so forth. So thank you to the board, thank you to Legacy for doing that, and I hope other people have a chance to use it. It's really nice.
Nice to hear. Anything else for trustee comments? Otherwise, meeting calendar. See if I wrote them all down right. Public Works, we have Wednesday, the 15th of October at 4 o'clock. Public Safety, October 22nd at 4:30. Park, Cemetery, Recreation, the 28th at 4:30. PLP, the 22nd at 5. Should have done this in order, sorry guys. FHR, the normal FHR meeting is 11/6 at 4:30. And the special FHR meeting is the 28th at 4. I should have done that in order, sorry. And then the next committee of the whole meeting is November 5th at 6. Oofta. Okay. That sound all right to you guys? I didn't guess them, but okay. With that, without objection, I will call the meeting for adjournment at 7:34. Words of hurt.